No pressure, Bungie. No pressure. But everything is gonna ride on what is shown today. Can I get a poll going right now? Will we be blown away by today's live stream? Yes or no? I have a bad feeling about the stream. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold up. Let's just poll this shit. Will Edge of Fate brick us? Yes or no? Would this live stream right here do it for us? Dragon with the 5, thank you so much. How about Dan to Dan and Bleach? Yeah, I mean, those are good shows, but I mean, to me, they're not bangers. Is it not? I mean, it's just with the Prime, thank you so much. I got my shows that I rush to see every week, and then I've got my shows that are like, I'll let it backlog, and then I'll hit it. Yeah. Enough of the Bleach slander. Yeah.
Bleach just takes a long time to get good. Like it's got great stuff.
All right. Alax, thank you so much for the 2 months. Chat, let me use the restroom. We're gonna hit this up. We do have a poll right now. Mods, I wish you would make it longer. Also, let's get an eggplant bet. Let's get an eggplant bet on this instead of poll. Will today's stream brick us? Let's get an egg. Let's put some eggplants on the line. Let's not just do a poll. Let's put some eggplants on the line here.
All right, well he's gone. Gonna do another giveaway, guys. Exclamation mark Edge. If you haven't entered in already. If you've already typed it, you don't need to type it again. I've got you guys already.
All right. Let's get set up right now. Oh. Wrong scene. We are getting into some Edge of Fate news. It should be live in about 19 minutes. And this is going to be make or break, I think, for a lot of people as regarding Destiny 2 news and stuff, that is. Because their last stream was a little mid. They showed off a new crossbow. That was it. But we'll keep the positive vibes up. My headset mic is tapping. And we shall see what they have in store. I was gonna maybe jump in and do a GM before reset, but I think I'm gonna just wait. I was doing some GMs yesterday already. But, yeah. And for anybody watching this later on, how's your day? How's your day been going? Leave some thoughts and prayers, like, I don't know, in the comments below, over on YouTube. For Destiny, anyway. Oh, man. I guess what we can do in the meantime is maybe read some patch notes, because I didn't do the TWID last week because I was away. So maybe I can do a little bit of it here. In the meantime, let's get it pulled up real quick. Alright. This week in Destiny. Save the date again. Live stream recap. Armor 3.0. Abilities balance tuning. Season pass updates. Bungie days coming soon. This is going to be key points. Yep, stream today. Mysteries of Kepler. Blah, blah, blah. Some lore bits. You can go and read this on the website. And stuff about Armor 2.0 to 3.0. Here's some set bonuses. Force Converter after a final blow with missiles, rocket launchers, and grenade launchers. Sprint for a short time to gain speed booster. Reactive booster once per activation of anomalous servos. Sprinting. What's anomalous servos? Sprinting while at critical health, being suspended or being slowed by stasis effect will immediately grant speed booster for a short duration. And then the other one is Wrecker. You deal significantly increased kinetic damage to overshields, combatant shields, and constructs. Concussive rounds, defeating powerful combatants or breaking combatant shield with kinetic damage releases a disorienting kinetic shockwave. So almost like disorienting grenades for basic weapons. Or kinetic weapons anyway. Not too bad. Armor archetypes. This is a big one. And I'll go over that in a second, but we got Paragon, Super Primary, Melee Secondary. These are stats. Grenadier, Grenade Primary, Super Secondary. Specialist, Class Primary, Weapon Secondary. This one might be a popular one. Brawler, Melee Primary, Health Secondary. Actually, this Paragon's probably going to be a good one for Titans. So is Brawler, but like health is looking like it's going to be meh. A Bulwark, Health Primary, Class Secondary. That might be a good one for war. Oh my god, I can't speak. Good one for Warlocks. Gunner, Weapons Primary, Grenade Secondary. Now the thing is, if you get some armor before Edge of Fate that has either melee or not melee weapons. Where's weapons? Yeah, weapons in the primary or secondary, and super. Do they have a super one here? Yeah, Paragon super. Super in the secondary. There's not going to be any specialists yet that does that. So get mobility stack, get intellect stack right now in Destiny 2, because that's going to be hard to get later. Masterworking, blah blah blah. Still got a bit of time here. So tier 1, you get 52, 57, 67, 72. Tier 2, 58 to 63, 73, 78. These are total stats. 64, 69 at tier 3, the 79, 84. And then tier 4, 70, 75, 85, 90, which is where we're kind of at right now for if you're at the high end. But now tier 5 is going to be 75, and when you masterwork, 90. Guaranteed. Extra mod energy, random tune stat. So at the top end, it's going to get a little bump in stats. I'm pretty sure you're still only going to be able to get 201 in one stat. You're not going to be able to do 2, so it's going to be something. Here's an example. This is a good point here. New gear will include 10% bonus for weapon damage and 15% bonus for damage resistance. These bonuses will not apply to PvP or the contest mode of the upcoming raid, which is huge. So you don't really need the new gear for contest mode, which is great. I gotta stand up a little bit. But yeah, you won't have that FOMO almost to get the contest mode or the new gear to get the bonuses, because it's not going to work in the contest mode anyway. So don't even worry about it. Don't sweat it. This is one thing that community's been mixed about. What I've seen anyway is that exotics will only be tier 2 or 3 coming out in Edge of Fate, and they won't really, besides exotic class items like right here, there's not going to be any high stats. So it says here, while these drops will not have a specific gear tier, the stats will roll as if they were tier 2, 58 to 63 total stats. So it almost feels like FOMO to go get armor right now, because you know that the new armor that's going to drop once they have the new system in place is going to give you less than what's on the go now. Why, Bungie? But yeah, at least our exotic class items are getting put into the new system, so they really should have done it for the exotics too, though. I feel like that's a little bit of an L, but we'll have to wait and see. Nerf to Sanguine and swapping, and they're thinking about maybe doing huge changes to armor swapping or to swapping in general. They're probably just going to add the not swap modifier to everything. That's what I foresee, but we'll have to wait and see on that. With the Sanguine strategy, I never really seen it, but apparently it's potent and they cracked down on it. So, sorry, Warlocks. Oh yeah, and here's a list of featured gear, which I'm gonna be honest, we already get pigeonholed into some content because of the artifacts and everything like that, and just to have another layer of pigeonholing where you should be using the featured gear to get the most bonuses is like, I don't know. It reduces the freedom of choice in the game for what you want to be playing with. And like, yeah, like it's good to have bonuses on certain pieces of armor that you know will be like good that season or whatever, but like at the same time, everything should just be good. Everything should just be borderline the same, especially when it comes to exotics, like armor and weapons. Like, all of it across the board should be on an equal playing field, so that when you go into something and you have like a really unique niche build that people don't really people don't really realize is good, but then you show them, oh, it's actually really good. But now people are going to be like, you need to use the featured gear or else you're kicked from the fire team. Anyway, that's a little bit of a rant, but yeah. If you want to read through, there's a nice few weapons at least, but it's like the armor is very, I mean, some of them are good here, and a lot of them are the ones that are getting buffed, like Axiom, Crest, Wishful, Peregrine. I'm not really concerned about 44s, but Phoenix Cradle, Path Burning Steps are getting buffed. A Bane Leap's getting a little bit of a nice change, and obviously the new ones here. It's just going to be interesting what happens with that. Scale of abilities. Yes. So, Hellion and Bleak Watcher are going down to 2 each. So that's going to hurt prismatic builds for Warlocks. Especially the one that I use too. I really like using like a full turret buddy build where I use these two as well as Strange's Rifle. It's not really a turret buddy, but like you get the other little thing that shoots with you. Oh, and what do you call it? Getaway Artist. Yeah. So it's a fun build, but now it's getting nerfed, and it's like kind of crap, to be honest. This is a nice change for I'll just read it. Weaver's Call can now generate threadlings on any final blows instead of just strand final blows. It'll just give you easier threadling generation, which is quite nice. Pocket Singularity is getting buffed. Non-boss combatants, extra 20% damage. Boss combatants get extra 56% damage. And yeah. Excuse me more. So Consecration on Titan getting reduced from 3 to 2. On Prismatic, that's fair. But on Solar, it's getting increased from 2 to 3, which is very good. And with Roaring Flames, it's going to be pretty nuts, I think. So, Solar subclasses, like they say, are going to have an edge. An edge. In the Edge of Fate. Prismatic Strain, Trainer's Lash. They're increasing the tracking strength and the wavelength an extra 10 meters. They made it more forgiving. I wish they would have, like, I don't know. The Bane Leap is nice, and it is really good, but like I feel like there's just better things to use on Strand for Strand Titan. Nowadays at least. I used to like rocking a Bane Leap with what's the bow called? Oh hey, how's it going? I didn't see your message, sorry. But yeah. I can't remember what the bow's called. The bow, it suspends everything too. You could get like a full suspending build with Titan, and it was really fun. Might have to make a video on that again. And yeah, Ignitions no longer have 20% bonus damage, which is not great. Let me check on the video. What is that? Oh, there we go. Nothing yet. Nope. Why are people hoping for Destiny 3? There's just not... Well, I would like Red War to come back. That'd be nice. But, yeah. They're going to be starting up in 5 minutes. I was just looking at the TWAB for the time being. Or the TWID. I like this. Shield throw melee has been very inconsistent, and tracking strength 77% extra. Gonna be nice. Gonna be nice. Storm's Keep, it's not gonna stack with multiple barricades. It's still gonna be really good. Like, I don't see how this is much of a nerf, to be honest, because I mean, yeah, it's gonna be less overall, but like, it's still really good by itself. So I feel like this is just like a minor poke at it. Gambler's Dodge is getting changed where you don't need to be near enemies, but you invest into the melee stat and you'll get full melee energy back. So that'll be quite different. I don't know. I think hunters are probably going to like that, maybe. It's going to make the playstyle a little bit different than what people are used to, but I think it will be a pretty good change. Now, unfortunately, you will have to invest into the melee stat, but that could be good if you're... I mean, hunter melees are always really good, like shurikens and the strand one. I can't remember the name of it. Smoke bombs, like, I mean, I think this will be a good change, in my opinion. Or combination blow, lawyer's handshake on Arc. Probably won't be bad. Yeah, so Ascension and Winter Shroud. I really don't get Winter Shroud. That is, to me, is like the same level of Diamond Lance on Titan, and I don't know why they nerfed that. Like, Winter Shroud is literally slow burst when dodge. Why would that need to be nerfed? That is just, it did not need to be hit. And Ascension's really good, but I don't really know how to feel about it being reduced from 3 to 2. But Winter Shroud did not need to be reduced from 3 to 2. That's like doing the Diamond Lance thing on Titan, on Prismatic Titan. It just doesn't make sense. Like, it's not overpowered. Why do that? Anyway. Gunpowder Gamble. It's getting a little quality of life thing where it's reducing self-damage. So 0. You play Hunter. Your Gunpowder Gamble is going to be killing you less. And any final blow will give you the gamble progress, the gunpowder gamble progress, instead of just solar kills. Which is going to be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Also, on your mark, is getting a nice buff. It'll make you radiant. So you don't really need to rock the melee radiant thing, which is quite nice. And activating your class ability gives you 1 stack instead of 3. That kind of sucks, but it's not bad. It's not hard to get that. Yeah. Especially when the grenade is something you could shoot and it's like a mini nuke. Yeah, it's going to be nice. And Ascension's going to be able to activate all these. That's probably why they nerfed Ascension, because it's going to be able to activate all these now. Including Hoyle and Gerfalcon's Reserve Overshield, so it's going to be pretty potent. They're making grenades more potent. Okay, they're going to start soon, so I'm going to see now what's going on here. Should be starting any moment now. Destiny 1 on PC. Interesting. Some are talking about cars. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, it changed. Yeah, amongst all the controversy, which is very valid, I don't know. I think I hope they'll be able to deliver something good with Edge of Fate, but I am keeping my expectations at a 0. Grenadios pronounced like Cheerios. Okay. Oh. That's fine. Oh, Bungie. It's on the dot, the time to start. Where art thou? Oh, there we go. It's like they heard me. Oh. Whoa. What? Okay, hold on. The volume's really low. What the hell? Cars? P. Parsons? Is this supposed to be old Earth?
Kepler. You've never been there. And you know every inch of it.
What? No, we don't.
It's the farthest either of us have been from home. In distance or in time. You're gonna get a call. An invitation only you can answer. And you'll say yes. They arranged it so you would never say no. Choice is real.
Aw. That was good.
Every choice you make will lead you here.
They make banger trailers, I will say that.
To who you're supposed to be. Eyes up, weapon.
Is that the raid? Of course, the ad.
Awesome. Hello, welcome to Bungie. Welcome back for our second live stream for The Edge of Fate. What you just saw was our launch trailer. We are 14 days away from launch. Yeah, 2 weeks. Pretty insane. Today we're going to be talking about what
Very
activities are
insane.
on Kepler. What can you expect from world tiers as you're going through for replayability? And to introduce that, we actually have a wonderful human being on the couch next to me. Did I introduce myself? My name's Dylan. Hi. Your name is Robbie. Hello. let's actually get a real introduction for you. How you doing?
Hey, Dylan. It's great to be here. I'm the assistant game director for Destiny 2, and I focus on working with the broad Destiny 2 team and creating this game for our players and charting a new course to some new frontiers here with the Edge of Fate, just 14 days away.
Yeah,
Crazy.
right?
It's awesome. Yeah.
I keep telling folks on the team, it's like, we got 14 days, and they're like, wait, huh? It's already here? So today we're going to be looking at Kepler. Can you give us a quick overview? What are we going to be looking at?
Yeah, so we're going to be looking at some of the free roam experience on Kepler, and we're also going to be taking a sneak peek at the end of one of our campaign missions that is replayable in the post game after you complete the campaign of the Kepler experience. We're also going to be talking here about our world
always
tiers
should be
a little bit, which we've talked a little bit about in the stream, and we're going to talk about a lot more here today. And so what we're showing on screen right now is the world tier difficulty selector that's on the destination. And so right now we're in the Fabled difficulty, and so Brave and Legendary, you can play through the campaign, you can play through the main quest of the story of the release, and Brave or Legendary doesn't matter. But after you do that, you're going to unlock
Only
Fabled
tier
and Mythic
2?
difficulties. Now the difference here though is with these
And tier
difficulties,
3 at Mythic?
power is fully enabled.
Ew.
And so that means when you step out of either
Why
Brave or
not tier
Legendary,
4 or
you're
5?
gonna probably be able to do Fabled. Most people will be able to do Fabled. Some people might need a fire team, but if you want to play Mythic, you're really going to have to climb power. And the difficulty really escalates, and then the gear gets better. And so if you're hunting for that, that tier 2+, 3, 4 loot, right? You're going to be needing to play and Fabled Mythic to find those higher tier loot. Yeah.
Yeah, let's get some combat going. Really quick, what is the state of our fire team? You were mentioning we're in Fabled, so this is going to be after they've already done their first playthrough.
Yeah, so this fire team has played the Legendary campaign. Right now, they are inside of the Gorge, which is one of our 4 major regions of Kepler, and they are in free roam right now, and they are going through one of our free roam encounters. And so the other thing I should call out here is within these free roam encounters, there are reasons to basically go back through the destination using your new abilities in new ways. And so, sorry, can you ask me that question one more time? Like, I feel like I answered it, but then I segued into something else.
I said, what state is our fire team in? Post-campaign?
Yeah. We're post-campaign. Sorry, thank you. Yeah, we're hunting higher tier loot and gear here on the destination, and they're also doing some of our post-game quests. So both Fabled and Mythic have their very own quest associated with them as part of the post-game. That are one part of like completing the Triumphant Seal to earn some exclusive cosmetics and emblems, but also these world quests unlock some additional loot in the game as well. So specifically the Mythic quest that's associated with that world tier unlocks a variant armor set for the Kepler armor. So as you're playing through the campaign and throughout the experience, there's a 2 and 4 set piece bonus on the Kepler armor set. Once you complete that Mythic world tier quest, you unlock a variant of that has a different set bonus and a unique shader on it as well.
Awesome. Yeah, and for folks that you didn't tune in last week or you haven't heard about gear tiers, set bonuses, we have a full blog article that went live last week. Go ahead, visit that, check it out. So when we're looking at this activity, this is going to be a free roam mission, right?
Yes.
And these take place in places that are regions on the destination.
Yes.
Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, so I talked about it a little bit before, but this is the Gorge, and so the Vex have actually put a big security lockdown on this entire region on side of Kepler. And so the fire team right now is basically breaking through this security lockdown. And so each of these regions feature multiple of these major encounters is kind of what we call them, these free roam encounters. And these are kind of like this, just got try to get through that security grid and he did not make it. Yeah. Each of these major encounters we have are kind of like the size of roughly like a lost sector, but ultimately they're more complex. They have more mechanics that you have to use the destination abilities to solve some simple puzzles and encounters inside of them. And generally they have pretty thick combat, especially on the Fabled difficulty as well, where we start adding more enemies, tougher enemies, and also there are Banes that are applied in the world tiers 2 that are actually exclusive to Kepler. They were built specifically for this content.
That's awesome. Yeah, and then as you're going through these sorts of free roam activities and exploring Kepler, what other side objectives or objectives can pop up?
Yeah, so the way we kind of are thinking about this, right, like a lot of this outside of doing the seal, the triumphs, and things like that, and mysteries and secrets, which we can talk about here in a minute, a little bit more, is like it's about gear pursuit, right? It's about like earning that higher tier gear, chasing power, and so the way we constructed these regions, there's these free roam major encounters, there's tougher enemies that appear, there's HVTs that pop up, there's destination materials to loot, and there's this material called a faded cipher as well. And so you're going to be combining destination materials that you get from basically doing almost anything inside of the region alongside faded ciphers in order to be able to purchase specific items at the destination vendor called the Altar of Relativity. At the center.
That's a lot of names and words.
Lots of proper nouns.
If you didn't catch this, I know there are going to be breakdowns. We'll have a recap in the TWID, but yeah, continue.
Yeah, and so like what's cool about this is that in the post game, like there's a focus that we created, and so basically through the vendor you can go and look at it and be like, okay, today's focus is the Gorge, which the fire team is looking at today. Most
back
of the
to
materials
Lightfall,
that you're earning here can be used to purchase gear, or you can convert your other materials you might have from other regions in order to convert it into the Gorge materials to buy stuff. But every day it's going to shift. That daily focus is going to shift, and so a little bit later in the stream we're going to be seeing a part of Exile's Accord, which we've also some of our content creators and influencers showed as well, and some of their content parts of it. But basically, of the 4 major regions, the daily focus will shift day over day to basically kind of change what you're focused on, what gets you access to that direct purchase loot.
Yeah, and since we're on the topic of rewards, you were talking about like the currencies and the vendor. Yeah. You had mentioned before the stream, actually, there's a new form of attunement for the destination as well.
Yeah, so something that was really important to us was like it just, we want to make playing what we call like the action game, like actually experience in free roam like this and the mission content, like when you earn that piece of loot on Kepler as you're completing these activities and just got nuked.
No, I'm so happy that they're dying because they're like, this won't be too hard, and it's like, oh, world tiers? Let's introduce them at a higher
Corey
difficulty,
face,
shall we?
not Corpy?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, exactly. Yes, this is Fabled pushing back a little bit. They're having to think about what they do, and they just used actually Mattermorph in order to open up a pathway to get around this Vex grid that opened up in the middle of the encounter. But anyway, we were talking specifically, I'm sorry, remind me. Attunement, thank you. Yeah, so
yeah, Corey face.
You're going to be able to attune at the vendor a specific piece of gear, armor, or weapon, and any drop on Kepler that drops a piece of armor or weapon will have a chance to be that gear. We just wanted to make sure that as you're playing through the destination, as like you're carving your own path, you're figuring out your own farm routes inside of each of these 4 regions each day of the week. We wanted to make sure that, like, hey, if you're looking for the Giver, that auto rifle that's coming with the Edge of Fate here on Kepler, it's like you have a chance to get it anytime a piece of loot drops.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had mentioned just a minute ago about secrets and the depth of the destination. I mean, I'd love to hear. Yeah, go ahead and expand on that.
Yeah. So like, it's funny with like secrets and mysteries. Like you want to like talk about it a little bit, but like not too much.
No
to
spoilers,
like spoil it.
Yeah.
But I think like the thing to scratch at here in
Assimilating
Poker
mind,
is, like,
Murdy and
a few times.
the Dio.
And so with the world tiers and the fabled and mythic difficulties, throughout
2
the
and 1?
destination, there are secrets and mysteries, like basically all these little alcoves, these little locations, these side paths, these hidden rooms, all throughout the destination that you can go and discover. And there's a lot available just within the campaign experience. Like if you want to play through the campaign and take it like really slow, and as you earn abilities and look around, you're going to find a lot of mysteries to solve. But we also wanted to make sure that in those higher world tiers in Fabled and Mythic, that it felt like this expanding expansion of that content that you have. And it's basically like, hey, you have even more abilities than ever. You can now peel back the onion of this world to discover what's at the core of it. And so we really wanted to make sure that it felt like there was just more and more to dive into the more you unlocked inside of the post game.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So in our rehearsals, we never managed to get this perfect timing, but we have perfect timing. I would love to shift to campaign. We're going to be taking you about midway through a campaign mission here. A quick note for the audience: if you're avoiding spoilers, we have disabled our VO. We have disabled our subtitles. We're trying to keep this so you are discovering the story as it comes out with the Edge of Fate and our new saga. So as they're getting loaded into that, I'd love to ask you just a couple more questions about free roam in the regions.
Yes.
What other things can happen in regions outside of campaign?
Yeah, so one of the big things that happens inside of these regions are side quests, which we've only talked a little bit about, and these are basically ways that flesh out more of the
Fetch
characters of
quests.
the world, more of the stories of the people, and of the place, and what's happening on Kepler, and what's been happening with them before, and what might
Filler.
be happening to them in the future.
Filler
and
content.
Basically what happens is, as you're completing these
Hell yeah,
regions
brother.
as part of the campaign, and you kind of start to unlock more of them, these side quests will start to become available. And so these side quests are available to you at any time. So again, like I was kind of mentioning earlier,
Welcome to
like
the
you
stream.
can either take it
We
really,
are reacting
really slow
to
and take a really long time
the
to get through everything that
Dev
the release
2
has to offer, or you can just
English,
like beeline
the
the
Dev
main
stream
quest, beeline
part
the critical
2
path, and then
for
when you
Edge of
get
Fate.
into the higher level world
As you can
tiers,
see.
all of these side quests are now available to you. As we've been like play testing and closing out the Edge of Fate here, it's been really interesting to watch different developers and people play test the content. Myself and Blake Battle, one of our executive producers, he and I we're just like beelining it, right?
Yeah.
And then we get to the end and we like pop up in that and we're like, look at all these quests to do, while other people like want to take their time
Yeah.
and like experience like the full story of every single little piece.
So
the
yeah, we're
destination
actually
itself.
we're getting
Alright.
into the campaign right now. And speaking of beelining, we've seen a ton of questions about getting
Gouge.
raid race ready. So
Yeah,
the
yeah.
raid race is going to be coming out on the Saturday after launch. I believe it's the 19th of July.
Yeah.
What
That's gonna be a
difficulty should players
stretch
play at to
of
get
time.
ready for race?
Yeah, so if you want to be power ready for the contest mode race for the Edge of Fate, you're going to want to play the Legendary campaign. And so when you step out of the Legendary campaign, you will be power ready at that point. Now, if you're gear ready, that's up to you, right? It's like how far you want to go down that rabbit hole.
And that dovetails into like replayability for the story missions and the campaign missions, and how
Yeah.
that bakes into world tiers.
Yes,
Right.
getting that higher tier loot.
Yeah.
So when something that was like really important to us when we were thinking about
If you're in the highest tier, you should be
replayability
getting
and what,
4 or
like,
5 tier loot, not
aspiration
3.
means within,
That's
an
my opinion.
expansion. We really wanted to change some
I
of the
showed that
format. Like, we
earlier.
wanted to take some
You
of
go to the
format that, like,
ultimate
we think
world
works well,
tier,
but also
you get tier
change other
3.
pieces of it. And one of the really big goals for us
Woo!
was just giving you more reasons and just easier ways to play just some of the best content we built. This campaign mission is at the end of the Exiles Accord region. This fire team is taking down a giant Exiles prime servitor who's running some of the Archon's dark matter operations. Sorry, all minor spoilers.
No, it's cool. Bife is probably jotting this down, getting ready for a lore dump about the Fallen, all that kind of stuff.
But this is a really fun like multi-phase boss encounter that they're orbiting around this giant servitor, and we really wanted to set something up that this doesn't just was like a one and done kind of thing. And so things we've kind of done before that we're going back to that we think work well. There's going to be multiple weekly missions that you can play that are larger missions. So we have a capstone mission for each of our regions. We also have some bookends at the beginning and end of the release that the overall like length of them and complexity, they are very similar to Legendary campaign experiences from the past. So something new that we did though for this release though is we also have a bunch of additional story missions that take place during the campaign and you're first introduced to. These are shorter experiences, but they still have like huge impact on the story, moving the story of the main quest into Kepler 4, and also help you to unlock different abilities and things throughout it. And so in the post game, in the higher level, in the world tiers, we actually have a story mission playlist where you can go in and it's like a rotator, and you're rotating through a bunch of different randomly selected story missions that are about 10 to 15 minutes. Some people can, if you're going really fast, can get them down a little bit shorter. And those missions are actually one of the best sources of those faded ciphers that I was talking about earlier. And so the other thing I mentioned earlier too is we have specific quests for both Fabled and Mythic, and these quests are going to take you through some of the big campaign missions, again, to experience them with new modifiers, because we're curating modifiers and banes and things like that every single week on the destination to have a little bit more of a curated experience, but then also those quests introduce some like new encounters as well. And so, sorry, like I'm going a little all over the place. I mean, some of this, there's just like so much information, so much to talk about. But the thing, like, again, I want to like drive home here is like we wanted to give you really strong incentives to go in and play the free roam experience, to extract materials, to play our story mission playlist. It's called the Time Latch mission playlist, to earn faded ciphers.
To keep grinding.
And also to have reasons to go in and
Same
replay
thing
some of
over
our
and over
biggest
again.
campaign missions again through the weekly missions playlist, kind of like the heroic stuff we've had in the past.
And on the stream last week, we talked about how as you're unlocking the destination abilities, you carry those forward after the post game, so you can go in and replay and then have some of these things available, right?
Yeah, that's a really good note.
Replay,
Thank you for hitting
replay,
on that,
replay.
like, the way we designed this content was
How many
the
times do we have to
campaign
replay
slowly,
your content?
stepped you into these different abilities and unlocking different versions of them and higher tier versions of them. When you're in the post-game experience,
That's a
we
beefy servitor.
intentionally designed puzzles and encounter mechanics and things, and like even in this boss encounter, there's multiple times that they've had to use Matter Spark to like get into the vents and stuff below this area and pop up through the world. And through the campaign, you would actually have to go and find like a Matter Spark pad to activate that. And that's actually kind of part of the puzzle. It's teaching you to kind of look at the world and think about the world in a different way that is intentional. But then in the post game, as soon as you complete the campaign, you unlock Matter Spark anywhere. And it's basically like your souped up sparrow for the destination. And being able to summon Matter Spark anywhere means you can actually like sequence break some of our puzzles and sequence break part of our missions. And that was like entirely intentional as a part of the design. And to be honest, Dylan, like the fun part about this too is like we're not 100% sure in some ways where people might sequence breaks things that we might not expect, but like that was intentional from the design perspective, that like we want people to be able to do that.
It's the magic of like the sandbox in Destiny of we don't know how players are going to take this ability with this destination ability with this combatant, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
So I think I would love to ask you as well. So we've gotten a lot of questions from players where they're like, oh, you had mentioned like this is comparable to a Rise of Iron. Like, how does that actually break down when we look at the Edge of Fate and Kepler? Like, you had mentioned depth and secrets and a bunch of different things. So.
Yeah, so I think like you and I were talking about this in rehearsal a little bit, where like that comparison is just to give us like a ballpark of where we want to make. But at the end of the day, it's like apples and oranges between what the Edge of Fate is and what Rise of Iron is. So when we've talked about that, we've generally been speaking towards like the size of this destination and the depth of the campaign and post-game experience. Like this is one of the deepest destinations we've ever built before, and that is why we've been making that comparison to Rise of Iron in that way. But also in terms of being like a little bit bigger. Yeah. But also like the game is very different today, right? We have an entire portal, we have an entire offering that is there with a bunch of new content, new gear, new things to do. We have the raid with the Edge of Fate, obviously, but then we have the epic raid coming in the major update with Ash and Iron, which we'll talk about more in the future. That just it permutes and expands the raid and expands on the story of the raid. It is new content.
Yeah.
We're not holding anything back for the base raid to build that experience. And so again, the Rise of Iron to Edge of Fate, little bit apples and oranges, but we also are thinking about like the collective packages of what comes with.
Some of this stuff looks like Egregore.
The game is very different from what it was like.
What if they're ever going to touch on that again?
We have the free roam missions, we have campaign, we have secrets, we have a lot of questing, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'd love, before we wrap up with our campaign mission, to talk a bit about what else players can expect in terms of destination.
Yeah, so we've seen y'all talking about it. Like we hear y'all, and this is one of those things where like we wanted to hold this back for it to be like a surprise and delight moment for everyone when it appeared on the destination in the post game. But yeah, let's just talk about it a little bit. So there is a destination activity on Kepler. It is, I'm not going to name it here. I just want y'all to see it when the game goes live. And it also, and part of that is because like it does relate to some of the story inside of the campaign, especially near the end. And so we wanted to be careful to not unintentionally spoil something if we showed too much of that activity. But anyway, the way to think about it is like it's kind of its own thing. It's kind of unique, but it's kind of a blend of activities like Vex Incursion and Wellspring. And so this is a match-made activity with 3 players. You're going to be using some of your destination abilities and some really chaotic horde mode inspired elements, but there's also some mechanical elements and there's some boss encounters. But it's going to be one of the best places actually to earn rerolls of the exotic armor that's coming to the Edge of Fate that you get from the Legendary campaign. And it's just highly rewarding in general. And so because we wanted to make this activity really rewarding, it is also technically time limited. But on the Kepler map, near the center of the map, there's going to be basically a preview that tells you like, hey, when does the activity become available? So you're going to know exactly when you can jump into the destination activity in order to like focus farm those things that you care about the most.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We've already wrapped up our campaign mission, and now we're actually going to be moving over to Portal, Power Progression. So Robbie, thank you. Chat, thank Robbie for joining us today. And now we're going to swap some folks in. We'll see you next time.
See you later, guys. Thanks so much.
All right. So as we are swapping out, I want to talk about these 2 new exotic weapons that we see on the screen. You saw some of this in our gameplay preview that we just had. We also had some creators, influencers, that kind of stuff coming in and speaking to the hand cannon and the scout
We've already
rifle.
seen this,
Hand
yeah.
cannon's going to be through an exotic quest on Kepler. No spoilers there. But the team was talking about, oh, hey, here is our overall goal for the weapon. It's for those who are looking for the perfect 3-tap. As for the Void Scout Rifle, that's going to be a part of our new rewards pass. This is just, I'm not going to spoil that either. There are some reviews from our sandbox-minded creators. It's a fun time. So, all right, let's move on to Portal, Power, and Progression. And I just looked at our 3 new guests in that order. Hello, welcome.
Hello. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, a couple of you are new, but we'll start with you, Ben. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Dylan. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. For those who didn't see you on our reveal stream or previous Vidocs, can you give a quick overview? Who are you, what you do?
Yeah, I am Ben Womack. I am the core game creative director. I am the one helping all the teams that are making the core experience and all the components in the portal and in Edge of Fate as well, worked well together and pushed the game forward into this great new foundation. I'm really excited to talk about it.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining us today.
Yeah.
Next on the couch, brand new to our chair. You've never been on anything, so first time you are meeting the community. Everyone in chat, say hello. Nutty, welcome.
Hi, I'm Nutty. I'm one of our
Nutty.
sandbox ability designers. That pretty much means that I work with Vivian and Eric, who were here last week, to develop anything that the player is doing outside of armor, weapons, and combatants. So today I'm going to talk about all the modifiers and additional banes that we've been working on.
Awesome. Last but not least,
The
we got
really annoying
Alan
shield
Blaine. How
one.
you doing?
Hey, great. How you doing, Dylan?
Oh,
Great design.
You asked me how I am? Thank you so much. Really quick introduction for everybody out there watching. Who are you? What do you do?
Sure. Hi, I'm Alan. I'm a principal designer, and for the last year, I've been leading the team that's been taking all the cool banes and modifiers Nutty's team is working on and combining them in a UI with all the activities from the activities team, both new and returning activities, making sure that you get good score while you're playing those activities, and then that score turns into loot with cool seasonal power and gear tiers and all the great stuff that you're looking for.
Stellar. So we have some content on screen. This is what players are going to see when they sign in on day 1, and this is our introduction to the portal. Ben, I would love to get just a quick overview for those who may have missed that reveal stream. What is this space? What are we aiming for?
Yeah, so the portal is very exciting. We had this vision of making a new front page for the game for Destiny 2. And so we really want to make as much as we could available, just in a couple clicks, and not having to dig down to find the content.
This
that is
new
new.
Braytech auto
Featured,
frame.
or, you're bringing your friends are playing, or something convenient that you really want
I
to
love
go
those
to a
weapon
lot from.
models.
We have a button for the tower that's right
Glad
there,
they're bringing them
fastest
back.
to get into.
They
We
should have
also
been
have Edge of Fate
reprised
in the upper
ages
corner,
ago.
of course, which is the new the new expansion for the launch right here. We have this huge quick launch panel in the lower right that is rotating between new activities, probably the fastest you can play Destiny ever, aside from right when you start for a very first new character. It's gonna let you just hit and play something right away with no delay. And then we have actually a very nested depth there with all the ops categories on the left, which are all the different kinds of things you can play in the portal that are hooking to all the new systems that Alan and Nutty have been talking about.
Awesome. Yeah, really quick, I'd love to go just line by line for Solo, Fireteam, Pinnacle, and Crucible Ops. Give them an introduction.
Yeah. So Solo Ops is a new thing that we're doing in the Edge of Fate launch and for the core game. These have activities that are designed to be played by solo players. They're only one-person fire teams, and they're intended to be content that if you just have a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes to play Destiny, and you want to go on and get satisfied about your time, get some great loot, you're going to go to Solo Ops and have that opportunity. It's going to be a really great, concise experience. We're also if you don't want to have the think about having a fire team for some content as well, you can be assured that this stuff is designed to be played by one player. And so it's it's going to have challenges, it's going to have difficulty and modifiers and such you can customize and really great loot to get. But it's a challenge for you, individual. And I think that's really exciting, alternative to some stuff in the past. It felt I want to play but I don't have any friends, or I'm trying to find someone I have a lot of time. And
Let's make everyone not have friends.
If they're in the mood.
Yeah, awesome.
Everybody
And then
do
next up, we
Solo
have,
Ops.
Fireteam Ops.
Yes, fire team ops. So, just talking about fire teams,
Solo
quintessential
ops is
Destiny
great,
playing
but,
with two other players, a fire team of 3, right? And so we
they
have
should be
all
really
of the
pushing to get
activities
people
in
more
Fire Team
together
Ops are
instead of
3-player
away.
Fire team. we have like classic strikes in there. We have like missions
good addition,
from
bro.
past expansions, like in Europa, like the Empire hunts. We also have like onslaughts are in here. We actually scroll down more. There it is, the coil. So past seasonal activities coming back, and like integrating with all
Looks
the
like less
systems we've been
rewards,
talking about,
though.
We're going to talk more about, so that they're like available for you to get new loot in, to work on your power climb, to basically just like have a great time in whichever way you want to.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, since we're already in the screen, let's go ahead and get our fire team set up with our activity. What are we playing today, Nutty?
We were going to do the Dark Priestess Empire hunt.
Awesome. So here, I'm actually going to pass the mic over to
Yay,
you. and
replaying
Alan.
old stuff.
Let's get some bans, some modifiers, all that kind of stuff set up. Really quick, can you introduce each of these sections for the different modifiers, and then we'll go and kind of pick and choose what we want?
For sure. So we're starting at Master Activity, and this is 300 combatant power. The first row there that has all the selectable icons that you can change are challenge modifiers. These are things that will increase the combatant power and add some additional difficulty to it. The first one is our Banes. So here you decide what Banes are going to show up, and we paired all of them as like 2 combos that either work well together or at least interesting. Today we'll do Threaded and Caltrops. So Threaded is where as you damage the combatant, it will spawn Threadlings, and when it does, it will throw out a few more Threadlings at the same time. And Caltrops is
That's
a
crazy.
void area that gets spawned near you, like between you and the combatant, and then when it dies, it throws out another one. So something to make it so you either need to get up in the air or keep going through.
So, starting with retaliation.
Yeah.
If I die, you're coming with me. Pretty much. All right, next up, what do we got?
Yeah, let's do subtle foes.
Oh
so
my god,
this
invisible
just makes it so that when
enemies.
some of the enemies are far away from you, they will
That's
be
insane.
invisible, and that helps them get into close range, or if you are using a long-range loadout, you won't be able to deal with them as much, so you might want to bring some close range.
And
or
they're like very invisible. Not like,
yeah, not like a little bit of player stealth, but just like you don't see them.
yeah, you really have to like pay
Oh
attention.
my
to see them
god.
What else do you want to do?
That's insane.
Yeah, let's do Glass Cannon. So Glass Cannon is
Glass
kind of a
Cannon?
fire team equalizing one where it only punishes the person who's doing the best. So if you have that
What?
buddy that clears the strike ahead of you or is getting all of the kills, well, we're actually going to give him a debuff where he will just take more incoming damage.
That's terrible.
And if you are a little bit closer with your friends, then that's actually a catch-up opportunity where maybe you take over the kill lead and now you're the one suffering.
Where's
a
it
little
good?
bit and kind of a fun.
So if I'm playing through this activity and I'm stealing all of your
I don't know.
kills, I'm putting a bit of a debuff on myself.
Right.
Taking one for the team.
Yeah, true.
And maybe I'm letting you finish a few of those.
Yeah. All right.
What else? Let's do one more. Chill Touch. Yeah, so we were talking about getting the enemies into melee, so this will make it if they hit you in melee, you will suffer a stasis debuff and slow down.
Awesome.
And that pushes the power all the way up to 360. And those things are also increasing the potential score that you can receive from this, and the score is what drives the reward.
Right. So you see right here when we picked Chill Touch.
Wonder if you can do it
the
normal
gear
and
tier
amp it
generator
up and
went
still
from
be able to
tier
get
two
like tier
for
3
this
stuff.
activity. So it's really important to pay attention
what I'm
to
thinking
what
of.
you're earning.
Yeah, so
You can only do
know
so
what you're
many,
gonna be
though.
getting if you achieve that score.
5.
Yeah, and this is like we've talked about this last week on stream about approachability and making it easier for players to understand as they're getting in. So a lot of UI treatment. Shout out to our teams that have been doing this to show you combatant power.
There
and
should
all
be
that
some
good stuff.
set ones you can
Yeah,
pick though.
Tons of love and passion when it
Or is
does
there a
that.
randomize button
Yeah,
there?
so let's look at player
Maybe.
stakes.
I think there's a
do you wanna
randomize
do-
button.
Oh yeah. So player stakes are the next category down, and they're more about the player's interface with the game itself. So things like locked loadout. We have no HUD is an ability that we
Oh
added
my
here.
God.
So you play with no HUD for a little extra score bonus, and these are things that are really sort of letting you sort of tie one arm behind your back while you're playing. It's not making the combatants more powerful. It's changing how you're playing the game. You can start with no ammo.
That's pretty cool.
You can start with locked loadout. We'll be
No
putting some
starting
more
ammo?
Player stakes in Ash and Iron.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
I love no HUD. Go, you're gonna talk about it first, aren't you?
Well,
Had to rock some
you can
exotic
have it.
primaries.
You go first.
I just wanted to have
Some
us
of
move
these
on
are
to the
nuts.
next bit, because we talked about
Okay.
tying one hand behind your back.
Let's talk about no HUD later. Go ahead.
Okay, but in the next bit, this is what you get to do with your other hands. So here are the things that benefit you. Let's try Livewire. This one is one of my favorite. It's a combination of the sprint for amplified that you had in the Nether, along with
Nice.
inherent AC/DC feedback fence. So we buffed up the enemy's melee capability that hopefully they'll get up and punch you. Well, now if they do, we're just going to shock them with lightning. So I'm kind of balancing out that additional challenge that we added and a different benefit that will kind of counter that and make it so it's actually a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
What else can we do? Healing finishers are great. Just another way to get back health, or if you go in for that finisher and take damage on the way, that you'll be able to.
See, you brought it down from tier 3 to tier 2 with these.
And sure, hypercritical is pretty fun. This one is actually a little bit tough because it makes it so that the enemies will take less non-precision damage, but more precision damage. So as long as you're hitting your shots, it's easier.
Awesome. And then Ben, we actually we noticed this a bit earlier. There's one more modifier up at the top, and that's actually limited time, right?
Yeah. So this is a accelerator that this is a double bonus focus. So you're gonna second drop from the bonus focus activities. So this is we will have given the calendar different accelerators that are on for a given week or day that will apply to the whole portal and have different benefits. And we're also going to have more of those for events and other things going on in the game to give you kind of another fresh twist or incentive to see what's going on in the game and get some a good time. Realize that is a good time to play because we're trying to make every day a good time to play Destiny.
Yeah, I think one of the modifiers we saw during our rehearsal was a bonus to Suros weapons too.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of
Oh, what?
there can be loot bonuses, there can be gameplay bonuses of more power behind certain weapon archetypes.
Interesting.
It's pretty
Weapon
fun.
foundry
So
bonuses.
stay tuned to our calendars. We'll definitely sound off when it's a week of a cool theme. Let's get it launched in and actually.
They better
start
have
taking
weapon
on some of
tiers
this
on
combat.
those gunsmith weapons.
No HUD now.
Oh yeah, please.
Okay, so they aren't going to show no HUD because it'd be confusing, I think, on the stream. But no HUD is a great example of something you can engage with if you want to, because it's a challenge. It gives your score more opportunity to get better loot, but it takes away information going to the HUD. But what it also does is it makes it feel very cinematic and interesting, and you kind of do more in tune with the character and the gunplay.
Couldn't do some cinematic
That's a good analogy
videos.
for what we're intending.
Ultimatum
all the modifiers
difficulty,
to
no
do, that
HUD.
It's going to let you set up a situation that he was talking about, oh, enemies have chill touch, but I'm going to have Livewire to counter it and create these cool little gameplay moments that are really something that you choose for how you want to play for really awesome loot.
Yeah, and Alan, when we were talking through some of these modifiers, we've taken an inspiration from a ton of different places.
Yep.
No HUD in particular. Shout out to Sammy Cat.
Yep.
Called her out last week for all the bows we were showing off, but also no HUD.
And we're hoping to get a bows only loadout modifier coming in the future too. We really do want to look at how people are playing the game, whether they're creators playing on stream or people playing at home, and really try to let them set up the challenge for themselves, how they want to do, right? Whether it be challenge modifiers, stakes, or the boons.
Yeah. How often are we going to be adding more modifiers to the portal?
Well, we're going to have some new modifiers coming with events. And we're going to be adding new modifiers with the mid-season update with Ash and Iron.
Ooh, the new auto.
Yeah, I've been
Oh, no,
working
it's
on them
solar.
pretty constantly
Okay.
along with the rest
I
of
thought it
the
was
team.
Strand,
So
but
it was
it's solar.
every few days that another
It's not bad.
Either Bane would
What
come
if it's
online or
it's not a
modifier,
450?
and I have to go playtest that, which was a pretty big
Cool.
playtesting
Looks
lift
like a
to try and
600.
Try all these combinations and make sure that there aren't any rough edges when you combine some things that maybe we hadn't thought about when we were initially designing them.
Yeah, I'm sure there's stuff that players will find that we won't. We're accepting that.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have our
absolutely.
challenge for Esoteric or Mork or a couple of the other high-skill creators of what can you throw on to make this difficult, and can you actually complete it?
Right.
So it'll be fun watching those playthroughs. Ben, paired with that, how often are we going to have more activities being added to the portal?
Yeah, so we want to regularly refresh the portal on so that, there's stuff coming online on somewhat weekly cadence. We're going to have kind of a weekly new stuff coming online for the first few weeks, and then when events come in, they're going to have big changes lots of new modifiers or portal-wide effects. Some are going to come with activities as well, but we're also going to be every major update. We're going to have new activities that come in, and we're also going to have shakeups of existing ops formats. And we're going to have a really cool new activity.
Threadlings coming out of enemies is scary.
Launch. I'm not going to talk about right now, but I think is really fun. That's going to be an exemplar of hey, we're shaking things up. Here's a brand new thing, in addition to all of the classics and Destiny Vault that we're bringing out.
Not just new activity, a new activity type that you've never played before.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so this is all talking about what you're going to be playing in the portal, and we're going to be moving on to power and progression. So what you're earning, which is people love loot. Nutty, thank you so much for joining us. I'd love to give you just anything else you want to say before,
That guy
before
was
you leave?
flying.
I definitely want to shout out the rest of the Sandbox team, not just those of us that were working on additional modifiers and bans, but like that playtesting lift. We had everybody across Sandbox disciplines in all of those playtests to try and hit as much of this as possible. And I wanted to re-emphasize how impactful some of the modifiers can be. Specifically, I'm thinking back to what we were just playing in live with attrition modifier in Prophecy Week 1, because when we moved to Prophecy Week 2, my fire team had gotten so accustomed to killing enemies and having a little health pickup on the ground that we had to play that final fight completely differently and use cover way more because we couldn't just kill some enemies and run through them to fill back up. Normally, I would think of attrition as a lot more of a challenging modifier, but it turned out that when we were toggling things off and on, it turned out to be more beneficial to us than we were anticipating.
I am still on the side of like attrition is challenging to me, and when it goes away, I'm like, oh, hey, fire team, let's let's go for it.
And if that makes it too hard for you to get your rewards, then just you toggle it off here.
Yeah.
It's more about like what you're
Love
comfortable
that.
playing with, and also what your
Because I
style is
hate
for
attrition
to
too.
build, right, and what your mood is too. Like we're giving a lot of player agency to that.
Or the brawler
And
one
speaking
where
of
you
player
have the
agency, so I
punch
would love
and
to see your
get your
feedback,
health back.
like,
Oh,
what ones are you engaging with? What ones are you enjoying more? What ones feel like
It's
they
great
are
on
actually
Titan or
rewarding
something,
to
but
do, and what ones feel like we could punch them up.
it's also
'cause that's
dangerous.
We'll probably keep working on.
All right.
Difficult
well, thank you
stuff.
for joining us. Chat, everybody scream, thank you, Nutty. We're going to swap you off and
Thank
get
you,
our power
Nutty.
progression individual in. So
Okay, thanks.
thank you so much. While we're doing this transition, Ben, I would love to ask you, what activities could players find in Pinnacle Ops?
Oh yeah. So Pinnacle Ops has at Edge of Fate launch, it is going to be filled with exotic missions. And some exotic missions from past year and previously as well that are going to be integrated into the whole Portal experience and all the systems we're talking about, all the difficulties.
oh, please
all the
don't put dual
modifiers,
destiny into that.
and intended to be, like not only something that is, exotic missions, they're kind of hard, right? They have mechanics, they're long, and so we're matching that by being like, okay, well, you can get the exotic if you don't have it, first of all, just from playing on the Portal. It's available all the time. It's not like going through rotation like every week or something. And you can do Fireteam Finder, of course, to find people to play with. But look, we're really excited that it's like, oh, I can like play this as hard as I want or as easy as I want, whatever I want, whatever I'm feeling like right now. And we're gonna have more to Pinnacle Ops in the future with Ash and Iron that we're not gonna talk about today. So it's actually a good example of like, hey, we're making this new section of the game that we're gonna just keep on building in and tinkering with over time.
Awesome. I sense a segue. We were talking about Pinnacle Ops
Into the
and
next
Pinnacle
category.
Power. Hello, Josh. Welcome to the couch.
Hello. Hi, I'm Josh Galinsky. I'm a staff systems designer here at Bungie. Been here for about 5 years. And I really work with a lot of our loot, our gear, your power and progression, as you mentioned, like, what are your rewards? What's the candy you get at the end of your activities and stuff like that? So we spent a lot of time reworking a lot of our stuff in the Edge of Fate, and really 900 is what the eternal thing is. But we made big changes to how you engage with power in Destiny. One thing you'll all notice is, I think many of our creators have already noticed in the past, that there has been a power squish. We've reset players down to 10. Like, that is not only to give everyone kind of a fair and equitable starting place, and to kind of like reset the engagement with power. Also, 2020 power is not exactly the most friendly starting
Not
Sure,
easy
but
to
that-
understand if you haven't been along for the ride.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. So, like, this is the beginning of a new saga. It's the beginning of a new thing here. So we're starting off there. It gives, like, all Guardians on equal footing with each other.
I don't mind that.
And allows us to kind of build up. You're going to have 200 points of power in the soft cap band.
Intrinsic cap, yeah.
Yes, exactly. And you're going to be able to go and do any activity you want across the game in order to get to that point. Once you get past that, then you enter the seasonal bonus power band, which is where you're going to have to start doing more of the Portal activities and the Kepler, like world tiers and stuff, in order to get the power and progression that you want to get at that point.
Cool. So just to restate it, we're going to start at 10 when we launch.
Yep.
Every Guardian joining is going to be at 10. First 190 levels, so up to 200, that's going to be effectively your base power level.
Yep.
And then as you're going into more powerful activities, higher tiers, that's when you start going up and up.
Right, and you'll be able to get up till 450 power up until not Rise of Iron, but Ashen Iron. Once you get to that point in the season, then you're going to be able to go even past that.
Awesome. So when we're talking about seasonal power, is that replacing the artifact power that we have?
Exactly. Like, we did simplify power a little bit further by taking power off of the artifact, and that allowed us to take the power we had there and put it back into the gear. So really it streamlines it. It makes it so you're only worrying about your gear power as far as your engagement with that. So it just takes one additional level of complexity out of the system.
Yeah, and speaking of just like that power climb, like our pinnacle sources have been updated to actually fit and give more agency, correct?
Absolutely. So one of the things I think, if you're a longtime Destiny player, you're very used to the pinnacle grind. And you're also used to the limitations that the pinnacle grind puts on you, and like some of the intricacies that come with that. Like, there's been many seasons in the past where, you know, I really needed that drop of the boots to come from the thing, and I do my pinnacles, I didn't get my boots. Not only are you able to more target farm individual gear pieces now, but also the limit of the pinnacles is no longer a thing. We're going to have some challenges in the game that act as accelerators for you as a Guardian, so you can basically focus on those to get power, like more hits of powerful gear. But really, once you get past that, you can keep going.
Yeah, like everything in the portal is a source of pinnacle drops.
Exactly.
As much as you want.
As many times you complete it, with it being up to how you perform and how challenging you make the activities to make how far you can go.
Right, it's gonna, you still have to achieve that score as you go up the higher difficulties, get that better loot.
Right.
And we'll still have curated experiences, correct? So if a player doesn't necessarily want to spend a bunch of time like creating that challenge, we have those offers too.
Yeah, and like we do have like matchmaking, which is like set modifiers for every activity that has, not aside from solo ops. So solo ops doesn't have matchmaking, but for fire team ops, like you can match with other players. The modifiers are set, and we also have playlists. Modifiers are set, but we have more than that too. We have conquests, and those are set.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
Just a fun note, we've seen a ton of feedback over the years about players want to play Strike solo, and now...
Oh, yeah. That's a great point. Yeah, so we kind of going along with the idea of being player-driven, if you don't want to play a strike, like a Grandmaster Nightfall-esque strike, or even like early difficulties with other players, you don't have to. You can just play it by yourself. You can take as long as you want within the confines of like the modifiers you've chosen to complete the activity and get the loot you have. So that falls into like what is your mood? Like, what is it you're feeling like playing right now? And like of these options, like what's appealing to you?
Awesome. Yeah, I think back to you, Josh, really quick. Just from a high level,
really trying to turn Destiny into the boomer game.
Blog, which, by the way, you should go read it. Can you give a high level for folks that didn't catch the blog? What's changed?
Yeah, at the highest level, upgrade modules are no longer a part of that infusion thing. They're still going to continue to exist in the game. They can still drop from legacy content, but you can dismantle those for, I think it's an enhancement core and like 1500 Glimmer. And so, those are still there. We're going to have a new unstable core currency that's going to exist, and you're going to use that in addition to enhancement cores in order to infuse your gear up for the season.
Okay, and a bit of Glimmer too, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And really at its core, it allows us to just have more texture over things. And one thing I should call out is that seasonal power does reset at the end of this thing, and players will be reset back to 200 when Renegades comes out.
Got it.
So
cool. Yeah, I think just last note on the power climb. So during our reveal event, you spoke about Crucible and how you can actually power up in Crucible to kind of keep pace with your friends. Like, can you expand on that a bit?
Yeah. So there's a time in Destiny's past when you could just play Crucible a lot, and you can get your power, you get great gear, you could like fold in with your friends to play a raid or the challenging content. And we've kind of lost that somewhat over the years. Like, it's harder to like feel like Crucible is your identity and really feel like the game is rewarding you for that. So with Edge of Fate launch and the core game,
you got new engrams,
the Crucible ops that we have, which is a bunch of playlists inside of it, you're going to be able to like start from that power 10 and just play Crucible, and you'll get power drops. You'll go up and you'll eventually get higher tier, be able to get like really great sets of gear that will then be as good as like anything else that you can find in the game. And you can just play Crucible all the way to the power cap if you want to. We are going to ask you to perform as you go to get more consistent rewards, but it's totally possible.
Yeah, and Josh, you mentioned before too of like Trials and competitive Crucible are going to be ways to accelerate, right?
Absolutely. If you're putting yourself in the pools with the higher skill players and challenging yourself, that's how you're going to get your faster rewards. And not to mention the Trials armor sets and stuff, they're really cool this time around.
Yeah, we have a unique armor set for Crucible, for Trials. We have weapons, a bunch of cool rewards coming up, and we'll have a preview of that. One of our characters actually has Trials gear if you didn't notice. But now we have a good moment to look at our seasonal hub.
Sure.
Alan, I'm going to ask you to actually walk us through this.
Yeah, sure. If you notice the seasonal hub up there at the top of the portal screen, if you click into that, you come to the hub, which you're going to have a bunch of daily challenges and weekly challenges, and those are going to give you XP, they're going to give you Bright Dust, they're going to give you extra drops on a portal activity.
Daily and
but
weekly
it's gonna give you progress
challenges.
towards the weekly reward track there. And the weekly reward track has lots of currencies and powerful drops on there, but it also has, if you tab to the next one, is going to have some Vanguard Armory and Arsenal tokens, which give you bonus drops from Zavala from the list of weapons or armor you can get from these activities that are going to be higher tier, and they're going to be a higher power than you can get from even getting the best grade in there. So you'll want to be doing these, and these refresh every week and get 2 pieces of armor and 2 weapons every single week.
Okay, that's kind of
This track
interesting.
is free, correct?
Yeah,
This is all game.
This is all free. Everything in the portal is free.
This is base stuff.
So if you scroll down from here, you're going to run into the Conquest page. Now there's 2 on Expert, 2 on Master, and 2 on Grandmaster, and these are effectively your Grandmaster replacements in the portal. These are going to be fixed power, fixed modifiers, no fire team power, and you get really good rewards for completing it. You'll get 4 higher tier engrams for completing each one.
That are
Why would they take
Yeah,
fire
those
team
are higher
power off of that?
but you'll only be able to get it one time. But these are really about your journey through the season. As you level up, you can
Wrong
take on the
screen.
first expert one, and then the next expert one, and then the master, and then master 2, and then finally the 2 grandmasters. And with Ash and Iron, we're going to be bringing more grandmaster and ultimate conquest, which will allow you to complete the conqueror title.
Actually,
deal.
really quick gameplay team, if you could go back to the modifiers that you were just talking over.
I don't
this
really
was
go for
a
Conqueror
really good
title.
example of
I
a
mean, I
quality
have
of life feature that came
gone
about. We saw a ton of
for it
feedback around
once,
modifiers, like I'm squinting at these
but-
icons, I don't really know what they mean, and now we have them bucketed based on the portal options, so you can more easily identify these things and understand them.
Yeah, and shout out to the UI UX team for making a really much cleaner look for activity launch and having this cool bucket to look at them. I think it's really good, really good.
Cool. And then there was one more section on the seasonal hub, one more tab down low for the Conqueror Seal.
Yep. So the Conqueror Seal is down here. You're going to be completing the conquest during the season to earn and gild your Conqueror Seal. And since this is still the Conqueror Seal, it's going to maintain its old gilding. So this is going to be continual.
Awesome.
Yeah.
14 seasons of
who
Conqueror.
does
Now
that?
we're going to keep on going, baby.
Oh my God.
Awesome. So I'm going to say we still have a couple topics to cover.
Lol.
Fire Team, let's go ahead, launch into an activity in Fire Team Ops. Throw on a couple modifiers that you want to go for. Mix and match. I'd love for players to see as you go through how the score is changing, how the rewards can scale, all that kind of stuff. Just have a fun time. For the folks on the couch, we already went through the seasonal hub, the rewards. We are also having a moment in time where Guardian ranks are resetting.
Yes.
Yeah, if I could get a quick overview, one of you, I believe Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah. So we took a look. So Guardian ranks, when we launched them, the first few ranks were about learning the game, and then the upper ones were about your seasonal journey and dealing with all the different kinds of things a player might do in Destiny. So we've stripped a bunch of those away and rebuilt objectives to be focused completely on the portal. So it's going to be playing through the various activities, using modifiers, playing all the different
Way to make people
conquests,
engage with the new
gaining
systems,
power,
Bungie.
gaining all the different kinds of rewards. It's going to be really showing where
Good
you're at in
job.
that seasonal journey but purely for the portal. It's not going to reflect any dungeons. You're not going to
Hey,
have to
look,
solo
this
any
is how many
dungeons.
people engage
You're
with
not
the
gonna have
portal
to
this
get
season.
Commendations.
It's like,
Let's see what else
yeah,
you have
because
to
you
do.
made people
No more
do
expansion
it
gates.
to
No
get
more
their
expansion
Guardian
gates,
rank up.
any of those kinds of things. So every player will be able to get up to Guardian rank 11 with Ash and Iron.
Yeah, in our original goals when we were talking about Guardian ranks, it was kind of an on-ramp for players new or even old.
Oh, yeah.
So what do I want to do in Destiny right now? Now we have a lot of stuff in the portal that dovetails into that. Solo dungeons, they still have unique rewards.
Oh, yeah.
They're no longer required for 11 in Guardian rank,
Correct.
but you can still get ghosts, sparrows,
Oh, yeah.
emblems. That
We're
kind
not taking anything away from the dungeons. We're taking away things from the Guardian ranks and adding different kinds of things back in. And since we're doing that, the first 5 ranks will still be sort of an on-ramp into the game. So we're going to drop everybody back down to Guardian rank 2 with Edge of Fate.
Why?
And let them go from there. There'll be
Veterans
lots of
should
cool
be at
things to
least
do and learn
5.
and play through in the first few ranks. And then starting with Ash and Iron, and every season from then on, we'll reset you back to 6, just like we've been doing.
Awesome. Yeah, it's just another portion of
It's
what
ridiculous.
Robbie was talking about with aspiration, where it's like, yeah, I have my awesome armor from all these higher tiers. I have a new Guardian rank above my head. I've gone through the raid. I have this cool tier 5 weapon, et cetera, et cetera. So there's a ton to hunt, a ton to chase, and a lot of things to do. And I think at this point, it's kind of the easiest to get into Destiny and just know what to play. So
Yeah, I
One of the problems with
absolutely
Guardian
believe
ranks
that.
too
And
is
the
that
exciting part is
some
that
people
everyone's
don't
journeys
care
through
about
Guardian
it at
ranks is
all,
gonna be kinda different
because it's like you
know,
have a number
Guardian
above your
tells
head.
you to accomplish this
Woo.
kind of power or complete this
It's
activity
like
at this
titles.
difficulty.
It's like,
How you did it will probably
okay,
be
it looks
pretty
cool,
unique
but
to you compared to
do you
other
need
players,
it?
'cause you
No.
have different modifiers. There's different sets available.
Does it
for
really
different
express your
days a
skill in the
week,
game?
and maybe you did
No.
it solo, like we're talking about. Like
I know people that
soloed the
raid
massive
constantly,
difficulty,
and
like
they're
one of the
level, they're
requirements in
rank
Guardian ranks,
7,
maybe you soloed one
because they
of the
just don't want to use the
conquests.
system. They don't
That's your
care.
story, and that's how you got it. And it's appropriate that there are a bunch of options for players to choose that match
And now
with
that you're
their
resetting
own
people down to
experiences, what they
2, even the people that are
well, thank you all
that we're
so much
told
for
that
joining
you're
us today.
just
That
going to
actually
be
brings us
reset
to the
down to
end
6 every
of
season,
our power and
or
progression.
down the
I
last
believe, Josh,
the
you
one
actually had a
you
couple more things you wanted to say
progressed or
before we left,
something.
though.
Yeah, really,
Not
like,
a great
there's 2 things
change.
I want to say. One is that, fire team power's definitely still a thing that's in this game. We really want to encourage you to play with your friends, and when you do play with your friends, if you're a higher power level than them, that's another thing that can act as a nice accelerator for them, and really,
How does
increase the bonds
how
of
does he have
friendship. That's,
3
core
grenade
part of the
charges?
DNA of Destiny is being able to play with fellow
What?
Guardians.
Yes. So as an example, if you're at a tier 4 and I'm only tier 2, I join you, we do a tier 4 activity. I still get tier 2 gear, but
Oh,
it's
that must be-
accelerating me faster into tier 3.
You're going to hit your score a
Oh,
lot
that's,
easier, which is going to help you get
that's a
those bonus
modifier, I
rewards.
think.
Yeah.
I did see a strand
Cool.
one
And then,
in the
your
menus
second note.
earlier,
And yeah, finally,
like the
we made
grapple
a lot
grenade
of changes to the game
thing.
in the Edge of Fate.
Interesting.
Like, we're definitely going to be listening to you Guardians. We're going to be listening to the data. We're going to be listening to a lot of stuff.
No,
This
they're
is
gonna
just
get
the
some data,
beginning
all right.
of a new saga. So
They're not
going
gonna
to
like it either.
To do in the future, and I'm really excited about what's coming our way.
They are not going to like it.
Cool. Great. So I have a few bookkeeping topics to hit before we go about the live game. So we've been talking about the Edge of Fate. Right now we have Rite of the Nine going on with our dungeons. And let's see here. Ooh, today, wow, 54 minutes ago, we had a new engram go live, the non-area engram. We introduced this in a previous TWID, but basically it's a new engram. You can earn a bunch of Rite of the Nine currency, and then purchase this engram for unique cosmetics that have been introduced over the past few years in Destiny. So if there are things like the skimmer that is Iron Banner theme, kind of like the wolf theme, that's actually in there, and you have a chance to get that. There are some Crimson Doubles emotes and finishers and other cosmetics, so definitely dive in and check that out. Additionally, we had mentioned Lootapalooza. So a couple weeks just before launch, we're going to start showering players with loot. Starting today, we have double Crucible loot, which also applies to Trials of Osiris. So if you're hunting for adepts, if you're hunting
I don't
for
care about
gear in
that.
Crucible, now's a
I
great
ain't
time to
a
go.
Crucible dude.
And we also have, for the weekend, a lot of players have been asking what maps are going to be featured. You got Dissonance, you got, Cirrus Plaza, and then you have the last one, which is Eventide Labs. We went through, we had a great conversation about what if we had some type maps on a rotation for these last couple weeks. And for the final week of the season, we're going to have Burnout, Endless Veil, and community favorite, Javelin 4. So Trials players rejoice. Players that may not have ever played Trials, get in, get your 4th Streak, get some adepts, try it out, and get some gear to loot up for the Edge of Fate. And the final note, we are going to have
Nobody
all
cares.
dungeons in the Rite of the Nine experience next
Nobody
week.
cares.
Higher reward rates, higher currency rates.
I hate to be
help you
negative.
Get more of those drops, go
I'll
into higher
stop.
difficulties for adepts, and potentially even get the hollow foil versions with additional perks.
Yeah.
So, awesome. Thank you all
Probably
so
do some
much
Rite
for
of the Nine
joining us.
stuff today.
Thank you all on the couch for joining us.
Thank you, Dylan.
Thank you, crew. Thank you, gameplay. Thank you, everybody behind the scenes. And players, everybody out there watching, thank you. We have 14 days until the Edge of Fate.
What is
14
chat
days until
saying?
A new saga. It has been a wild ride over the last 10 plus years of Destiny, and now we're putting our toe in for the next however many years we keep going, you know? Go. Yeah, so thank you so much.
Oh boy.
Much love. We're going to be doing a raid over to our good friend Malachi.
Recycle symbols. Oh
Malachi,
my
we're handing it off to you.
god.
Thank you everybody for joining, and we'll see you next
L's. Oh my god. There's some W's mixed in there too, though. I feel like this angers a lot of veteran players. It angers me a little bit. But, like, a lot of new players are going to see this and be like, oh, everybody's being reset? There, the chat is going insane. Oh, hold on. Let me... Oh, wrong screen.
So you can more easily identify these things and understand them.
Yeah, and shout out to the
20 powers not
Whoopsie.
exactly the most
Understand them.
yeah.
That will kind of counter that and make it so
There we
it's
go.
actually a little bit easier for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, the chat is going nuclear. Peanuts. Oh my goodness. I wonder if people are just rage baiting, saying Bungie is so back. What happened? People were expecting some new stuff to be shown, like kind of brand new stuff. That trailer was pretty cool with like the like current day Earth stuff. That was interesting. We've never seen that before, but people were looking for more new exotics or more new abilities or something, and there was a whole lot of nothing. Yeah. Yeah.
Us? Are you in the stream?
Poseidon's Wrath? What is that? Let's get into some D2 though. Steam Summer Sale, oh no. Really good deals going on. Yeah. Look, I'm still gonna be playing Edge of Fate. Call me whatever you want. But Poseidon's Wrath from God of War. Oh, okay. Nice. Call me whatever you want, but I'd like to see what Bungie's trying to do. Maybe the campaign will be good. Who knows? Hold on. I don't really know what's been going through their minds as far as their streams are going, because like most of the stuff these streams wouldn't have came out, and they could have just shown the trailers and showed off that new crossbow in one stream, and that would have been it. That's like they're just stretching stuff out as far as they can. Oh my. It's starting to feel Right of the 9 new quests available. Yay. Holofoil Prosecutor. Ooh, not bad. But yeah. So free Bright Dust. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'm picking that up. Easy cop right there. It's not a terrible shader. Let's see what's in the Bright Dust section. Not bad. It's kind of a funny one. Ah, the Medic Sparrow. Nice. This is a pretty cool Sunshot ornament too, actually. Wish I had that hunter armor that matched that stuff. I'll look at that real quick. Oh wait. I need to put Synthos on. Look at these arms, bro. I gotta check the Warlock and Hunter stuff too. What skin do I have on this? Verdant Chrome. God, I wish there was better filters for shaders. It's not bad. Yeah, we'll go with that. Nice armses, yeah. What's that, Gollum? Nice armses. Alright, real quick before we do any Raid of the 9, I'm going to check the Hunter and Warlock ornament. Just for shits and gigs. Oh, Sunbracers? Warfire. Kind of like Sunbracer's normal ornament. I think I have another one for it, so sounds cool, but yeah. Interested with the Hunters. I don't really remember what their new one was. Pretty sure that's from the past season or this season. Oh. No, this is this season's ornament. New ornament. Very interesting, very nice. I don't really use on the Oculus though. But it's good, really good with the new aspect, but yeah. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna save my brightness, I think. Yes. Gonna get into some Raid of the 9 shenanigans again. I'm gonna quick sit down because my cankles are killing me. Alright. That camera open again. Sorry for the flippity flapping. There we go. Alright. Would you like to join me today, Zero? What did I do?
I deal in judgment.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Look at all that loot. How am I getting that? It's a pretty cool ornament. Hope you don't get dupes from this. That'd be kind of shit. There's some finishers in this. Ooh, the 4 barrels one is there too. I'll open one. Grab that first.
Nothing is permanent.
You gonna join me? Oh, they added another weapon to this. I think it's Graviton. Yeah. It's another weapon for you to get, dude. Graviton is goated.
Nothing is permanent.
Ashen Icon. You want to join the call? Alright, 1 second here, folks. Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Yo.
Good.
What's good? Hello?
Ah, crap.
Oh, no, that's me. That's
Hi.
me. Sorry, that's me. Hello. You hear me?
I can hear you.
What?
I can hear you. Yes. Hello.
What is up?
Not not much. But you were saying Graviton is a good one for me to get. You said.
Yes, Graviton is like it does pretty good damage against major enemies and just clears rooms. Absolutely clears rooms.
Nice. Nice.
When you kill something with it, it causes like little like void projectiles to pop out and track stuff. It's really good.
Cool. I'm gonna be a bit laggy for a few minutes, but it's just because I'm downloading Fallen Order.
Ah.
So don't worry about it. I'm just gonna be a bit laggy, but not for long because it's on its way to being finished. It's 51% complete. I'm booting up Destiny though.
Nice. What's the other thing that I...
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, yes. So if you have your, what are they called? If you get enough nonary manifolds, you can open this engram now and get a bunch of stuff.
Nice. Oh, but the song I was listening to, if you've heard it, it's this one.
Oh my god. Okay. Just...
Wait, was it loud? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was really loud.
Sorry about that.
This is the last time. Live well.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that loud. Alright, there you go. It should be fixed now. If it ever gets played again.
Oh, I still
Which probably won't.
There we go. I'm gonna invite you.
Yeah. Gimme. Why is Destiny not booting up properly? It's just taking a minute.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I sent you something. It's just
Not
a
happy
face. Yeah. It's just a smiley face.
Oh, it said "Sot happy" on the message.
Oh, it's because it's from Sea of Thieves. It's a smiley face from Sea of Thieves.
Doesn't look like that. Look. It looks like a friendly fry or whatever you call it. This French fries.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. You're right, it does.
Alright.
Why is there just salt? I have a salt emoji for some reason. I did not buy that.
I don't know.
That is strange.
Consult your doctor.
But I do have the I do have MCC Legendary, which is pretty cool.
I should not have wasted those.
Finally, Destiny boot is booted up.
I don't know if your invite expired that I sent or not.
No, I accepted that invite. Should be on the way in.
Okay. Just to get your quest.
Yes.
Tell me what you have to do in your quest too, because... Oh my goodness. Excuse me. I'd like to get your stuff done for this, because there's some good stuff you can get from each quest.
Nice. Oh, dude. I have to tell you that Kratos I sent you.
God damn it.
Oh, crap, my camera's still on. That's gonna like me. Okay, it's fixed. But that Kratos I sent you, the Lego one that I'm making, dude, it took me a day to make, and he's still not finished. Oh my gosh. Like his cape, I had to hand cut and then paint with markers and crap. Like seriously, it's nuts. But the cape is just a piece of felt and stuff.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh.
Come on, Destiny, load.
You might want to pause that download.
Yeah.
What'd you say you were downloading again? Star Wars something?
Jedi Fallen Order. Oh, it is paused. It is paused. Huh.
Maybe relaunch the game.
Alright. Let me check if it's, I don't know. I'll stop running it. Oh, excuse me.
Goodness. I'm gonna put on my Doom the Dark Ages looking Titan. Somewhat looking.
Oh, dang.
This cloth actually doesn't
Destiny
look too
loaded
bad.
and it is starting to stop it.
Wait, what?
How do I stop it from stopping?
Why is it stopping?
Well, because I was trying to, like, I was gonna restart, like I was gonna stop it and then start it up again.
Did it
So,
take that
'cause
long
it
to
was
stop too?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Weird.
Alright, maybe it's just not gonna stop now.
Hmm.
Hopefully. Alright, Alright, I'm joining your fire team. Or sending a request to join or something, I don't know.
No, you joined.
Okay, nice, nice. Ooh. Actually a cool cutscene. And the gravity here is weird.
Hello.
Hi. I like your Doom Titan man.
Thank you.
It is cool. Ooh.
I'm going to stab you now.
Oh no!
Speak to the lady. The floating lady.
Excuse me, madame, could I have a quest, please?
Which one are you on?
I am getting a bow. That is interesting. Which... Okay, it's a heavy. Control that away. That away.
Excusez-moi. You have the navigator.
Yeah.
I think me and you did Ghost of the Deep only, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one does it want you to do now in your quests?
It said complete any Rite of the Nine dungeon, I think.
Nice. I'd like to do Prophecy.
Should I get the Whisper of the Worm gun?
I would say yes.
Alright. Got him.
Did you get Graviton? No.
I've acquired a weapon with deep sight resonance. Open the weapon details to extract the pattern or dismantle the weapon for pattern progress.
That's for crafting.
Okay.
I'll show you all about crafting when we get to Witch Queen stuff.
Extract pattern.
You don't have to dismantle the gun right now since it's your only copy.
Okay.
Alright, you want to start a dungeon?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yes.
It's gonna take us into an Explorer Prophecy. Let me check actually. I think I need to do... Yeah, just an Explorer.
Okay. I forgot that's how that worked.
Alright, let's go.
Oh.
A Titan and a Dredgen ask a question. You seek to understand the nature of the dark. We
Okay,
forged
that
an
music
answer.
sounds cool.
You're standing in it.
Okay.
Light and dark have met in the Sol system before. Perhaps this time, you'll change the outcome.
So, basically, the entire mechanic of this dungeon is when you stand in the dark. You see how there's like waves on your screen?
Yeah.
It's hard to notice, but you see how you killed that knight and he dropped these dark motes?
Oh.
Go stand in the light and notice the difference. Hey, come to me.
I do see how he dropped the stone.
Yeah, but come over to me.
Right.
See how you're standing at it and there's a light on your screen? Actually, it's not showing for me right now. It's a little bit there, but it's hard to see. When you stand in the light and you kill something, it'll drop light motes. See that?
Oh.
That's the whole mechanic of the dungeon. The entire mechanic.
Interesting.
Oh, I gotta get out of the dark. Hold on, don't kill him. Ah,
Oh, too late. Sorry about that.
it's fine. Another one should spawn. There we go. That's the whole mechanic of the dungeon. Get out of that menu, soldier. We're fighting the Taken.
Yeah.
Oh. You want to try doing the moat thing?
Okay.
Pick them all up. You need 5. It should really tell you that. I don't know why it doesn't. Alright. I'm gonna get some more light from this dude. Alright, pick those up.
Okay. I've gotten it.
Now go deposit it at the light well over there. What did that? Okay.
Okay.
You click trigger to or your shoot button.
I've done it.
Nice. Now you know how to do the whole mechanic. That guy did not drop any. Okay, no. There they are. We need
dang,
dark
those are
now.
light.
Yeah, we need dark. You need to stand in the dark. Make sure to stand in the dark. Sometimes it's really weird too, like it. You just gotta pay attention to your screen.
Okay, I think I found a dark spot, finally.
I got dark motes. This spot in here doesn't count as a dark for some reason. It's so annoying. Alright, I got it. Come forth. Oh. That's the final boss right there. I will mention this encounter is a little close quarters and hectic. You might want to use something like a sword.
Oh, okay. Let me pull out Future Imperfect. That one's pretty good.
And all you gotta do is keep in mind where you're stepping in the shadow or the light.
Oh, I watched you do this one, I think.
Oh, yes. Pick this up, eh?
You texted me. Oh. Whoops.
Pick it up, 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 pick it up. He's gonna disappear. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. There you go.
Ooh, there we go, got it.
Alright. We need 2 dark and 2 light. The boss is not normally here, that's a bug. Okay. Here, I got dark modes. If you see them, don't pick them up. No, I got it. Anyway.
Bruh! Oh my gosh! Oh gosh! Okay, okay.
Look at you.
Okay. I just, I got swarmed and I couldn't see, so... Yeah.
I need dark modes again. Okay. We need light now.
Oh.
You have a glaive too, right? Just use your Oh, you picked up the light. Pick up this one too. There's some more here. Alright, one more light. Still got light motes. Go down by the boss. Alright, time to do boss damage, okay?
Oh, dang it.
Damage the boss. Oh, stupid. Alright, that was good damage. I got the light. Is there only one? There's only one light. All dark for the rest.
Alright.
I'm in a pretty safe spot right now if you wanna. Oh, I did the bad. I did bad. Alright.
Oh, okay. Oh, goodbye.
You got booped?
I fell off. I jumped too high off.
Oh no! Hey, I'm dead too.
No.
Try to stay alive. Just stay alive. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, we don't reset, so that's fine. I forgot that. Ouchie. Brother.
Oh. I am honestly very confused as to how he's doing that.
The Phalanx does a lot of
Yeah, I got killed by a knight though. And I was
yeah,
up
they're
here.
really annoying. Alright. Damage time. There we go. That's that. On to the next one. Actually, I'm gonna get this heavy.
Ooh.
You ready?
Yep. Ooh, I got another prosecutor.
You had a shiny one after this.
Ooh.
Multiple perks, and looks like it has stars on it. You've probably already seen some of them anyway, though. Alright. Cold shiver. Follow the symbol.
Just trying to make a little bit of space in my inventory.
Oh boy. I gotta take out these blights. See where Toland is? Or this little white ball?
One sec. I'm taking out a weird minotaur.
Oh, don't worry about them. Don't worry about them.
Oh, okay.
They're just environmental hazards, basically. Okay. Love it when my grapple melee doesn't hit nothing. Come here, you stupid. There we go. Think. This white ball shows you where to go. When we clear this area, stay here for a sec, because this is a collectible. One of those engrams. It's right behind me, actually.
Oh gosh. Go back. Ooh.
Oh. Really can just use Winter Bite for everything, my god. It makes a water sound. Ew.
I have no idea.
No idea what?
I don't know why there was a water sound.
No, when I hit this with the glaive, it makes like a water sound.
Oh, strange.
It's so weird! Alright, follow me.
Okay.
Screw that guy.
Yes. Where?
Come here. Alright, he's dead. Right here.
I see. Interesting. So it's just some lore stuff?
It's mostly just for a seal, like a title.
Oh, okay.
I'll show you where a secret chest is, though. For some more loot. Normally, we'd probably get it on the way back somewhere, but I'll go get it now. Just because. See me?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me kill this guy. Alright.
Okay. It blew up my bike. Or, I guess, sparrow, not bike.
Come on.
Another prosecutor.
You probably got it focused.
Nice. Oh.
You gotta crouch.
Oh. I didn't realize I wasn't. I was thinking I'm too fat to get through. I was like, what? Why? Is my character too wide? I'm confused. I was very confused.
You're gonna find this next encounter pretty intriguing.
Oh, a giant cube.
Oh, yes. Welcome
to Jurassic Park. Oh, I'm loading. 1 second.
Get off your sparrow. Get off your... Ouch.
Here goes my sparrow.
Grab this. You grab it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Now, our objective here, you see the white ball?
Yeah.
We gotta keep going and banking. You see these around the room? These plates? Yeah. The ball will be hovering, like, on one of these above it, or like that one over there is a good example. Look where
okay.
See where I'm looking? Like right here. Right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's our objective. Is just keep going through that, and then we get to a boss at the end, and that's it. We gotta do light first. We gotta do light. I'll grab the motes, okay?
Alright.
Just try to kill stuff.
Yep.
Alright. Oh, I thought it was light. It's dark. I'm stupid. It's my fault. Kill them snipers if you can.
Yep.
Alright, now get to the middle.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't get to see the thing. Basically, we're rotating around the cube. Where are you?
I have no idea.
What? Huh? Why are you outside the cube? Light.
I'm inside that pink tunnel again.
What?
Yeah.
I've never seen that happen before. I need you back in here.
I can't get back in. There's just a wall.
Okay, just I can't wipe in here either. Well, I don't know what to do here. When you're missing the main mechanic, I don't want you to miss it. Can I wipe somewhere here? I wonder.
Alright, maybe I'll respawn back in with you now.
Oh yeah, you're right there. Oh, don't. Let me revive you because you're appearing in here when you're dead, but when you revive, you spawn outside. Okay, hold on. Don't do anything. There you go.
Yeah.
We figured it out. We need light now, I believe. Yes, light. Alright. Alright, don't respawn. Don't respawn.
I got another prosecutor. And I got sent to the postmaster.
Alright, stay in the middle. There you go. Watch what happens. Get like flipped.
Whoa.
It's like visual flip.
It's weird.
We need light again. There's only a couple light spots in this room. I got the moats.
I got some too.
Alright.
Got some.
To the middle.
Yup. Oh my.
It's probably one of my favorite looking dungeons.
Yeah, it's cool.
Light again. Hold on, don't pick up the moats, okay?
Oh, yep. Oh my. I don't know why I'm yawning so much.
I'm like that too. To the middle. I'm out of ammo.
Ooh, that's mine.
It's light again. Oh no, don't go off the edge. There we go. Alright. To the middle. I don't know if this is the last one or not. I think it's like 5 or 6 times.
So I have this weird thing. It says paracousal charge for this gun, and all I can think of is Prison Call and Pelosi, which is a song.
Oh?
Yeah. It's so it was made by an Italian guy. Italians liked American music, but they couldn't understand the lyrics, so the song is literally gibberish, but like made to sound like an American song from the time. So it was really funny.
But those Thrall get to me. Don't kill them. There we go. Hehe. Another encounter done. Alright, I'm gonna check my rolls.
Echo
Oh
what is that?
my god, another god roll, sudden death.
Yeah, I just got that too, but I gotta clear some space again.
You did not get a god roll, sudden death. Let me see. Let me see.
My energy. Oh, I accidentally cleared space of the wrong one. Here, I'll equip it.
It's a really good greasy look, though.
Yeah.
That's good for like PvP or something, actually. That shotgun. It doesn't have any damage perks on it, but this one is unique because there's 2 damage perks in the game that have been like kind of like the same size.
Oh, there's other ones I can equip too. Full choke, appended mag, envious assassin, trench barrel, gravity well, and crucible tracker, which is not really.
On this shotgun?
Yeah, on the sudden death, gravity
Oh,
well,
switch your
trench
threat
barrel.
detector and opening shot to the other 2. That'll make it way better for you.
My threat detector to envious assassin and trench barrel. Okay.
Yeah, so there's 2 perks. It's trench barrel you can get in that column, which you already have, and then there's also envious is also really good, but you can also get another damage perk called 1-2 punch, and basically the way both of them work is like one is when you shoot something with all pellets, your melee does more damage, and when you melee something, your shotgun does more damage. And they've never been put together on a shotgun before, and this is the only shotgun now that has that combo, which is pretty nuts.
Okay.
So basically, anytime you shoot something, your melee will do more damage, and then when you melee them, your shotgun does more damage, and it's just like a loop. It's very unique and very cool. I've yet to put it in a build. There's a...
So, it's got masterwork stability too, which is cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. So would you suggest I use a sudden death or greasy luck still? Which one?
I mean, you can try a sudden death if you want to. We're going to be
Right, I'll try it out for a bit.
going out to the final boss here now.
Alright.
I'm going to eat a cookie. Ow. Oh! I just like deflected you.
Oh no.
Where are you going?
Gosh. Thank you.
Come at me. Want to see a cool thing with this glaive?
Yeah, sure.
You see it?
Oh, okay. I was not expecting it to go off.
Did you see my glaive though?
Oh no, I didn't.
Watch.
Oh, okay. just got another gun.
All right, let's go. You know what the perk is called on the glaive?
Oh.
Big frigid glaive. Like BFG.
Nice. This is trippy.
Yep. That's what this whole.
This looks like how I imagine drunk driving would be.
Funny you mentioned driving. Because this is one of the actually Grasp has one too, but one of the only dungeons with a sparrow section.
Okay.
That was a bit premature.
It's on cooldown. Alright, here we go.
I'd usually fly, but I'm gonna.
Oh, great heavens!
I'm gonna stay on the ground for this, and you're dead. This is like Rainbow Road in Destiny 2.
Yup. Oh, still painful.
There's something in my eye. Ugh.
Just like Rainbow Road.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah.
All we gotta do is make it to the end. But before you do get to the very final, like, house thing, whatever these big buildings are called, just stop, alright?
Triangle.
Yeah, pyramid things. Ooh.
Bill Cipher. Perfect.
I gotta get you a skimmer.
That'd be nice.
It makes this section stupid easy.
Crap.
Watch the snipers. You gotta keep moving.
I'm dead again.
You got it.
I thought I could do a skip.
There is many skips you can do in this.
Oh! Oh no! Stupid thing! Ah. Stupid.
I want you to get where I am, and then stop. Oh, hold on, my dad's calling me.
Bruh. Bruh! Again. Bruh. Oh my, that's annoying. Yeah? Okay, no problem. Okay.
Alright guys, a little bit of a premature ending here. I do have a family member here over. I didn't think they were going to be here this early, so my apologies for that. But I hope the stream is good, and I know I'm cutting it off a little early, sorry about that. But like, follow, and sub, and follow on Twitch. That was the YouTube side, blah blah blah, same deal. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.
I don't think your surfboard thing likes me. It just growled.